Trick or treat, River Babes. I'm your witchy host, Leanne Aguilera, and this is your Sweetwater Secrets after show for episode 404, chapter 61, Halloween. Now, in honor of Riverdale's first ever Halloween episode and the fact that today's episode of Sweetwater has landed exactly on Halloween, I've spooked up the set a little bit. Basically, I just took all my Witches Council props and put them here. Yeah. Today, I'll be going over all of your haunted hisses and kisses, so start commenting or tweet me with your thoughts. Plus, guess what? I was the only person on set when the cast was filming this episode, so I'll be bringing you interviews with KJ, Cammie, Lily, Cole, Madeline, and Vanessa, spilling some wicked behind-the-scenes secrets. But first, let's go over all of the creepiest moments of the night with the blue and gold breakdown. Wow, you guys, this episode was insane. Yeah. Well, it started off with the fact that everyone was receiving VHS tapes that had hours worth of footage of their front door. Honestly, the only thing scarier than this is the fact that everyone in Riverdale apparently still has their VCRs. Anyways, let's start off with the most important twist of the night, and that was Jughead's storyline at Stonewall Prep. Now, out of the 5 students that actually seemed to attend that pretentious school, 4 of them seemed to hate him. So they drugged him and then nailed him into a coffin. Now, 8 panic attacks and 1 nap later, Jughead was rescued from the coffin, but instead of running away from those preppy psychopaths, he went back to his room to see that Marmaduke is gone. Again. But wait, it gets a whole lot worse, because in what appeared to be a flash forward, Betty and FP were standing in the coroner's office and they pulled back the sheet to reveal Jughead's dead body? What the actual F is going on? We are going to come back to that. Meanwhile, Archie was still concerned with getting kids off of the mean streets of Riverdale. So he and Monroe suited up in some interesting looks and decided to throw a Halloween party at their community center. Now, after that low-life Dodger crashed the party and caused some chaos, Archie decided he was ready to fight crime on a full-time basis. Yeah. Now, as for his lady love Veronica, well, she had a pretty rough night working that solo shift at Pops. So a creepy man came in asking for her to make him a meal so he could get back on the road. But just as it looked like her night was going to be sweet as pie, Ronnie realized that the man was a killer who goes after cuties who can cook. She dashed into Le Bon Nuit, and then she used her extra stash of alcohol to start a bad guy bonfire. Ooh, burn. Over at Thistle House, Tony was understandably creeped out by the fact that Cheryl is talking to her dead brother's corpse. So after Tony told Cheryl it's time to rebury Jason's body, the ladies discovered an ultra creepy doll hanging around the house. Cheryl was convinced it was the ghost of JJ, so they had a Blossom family seance, but it turns out the spirit was coming through as Julian, the triplet that Cheryl absorbed in the womb. No, I'm not making this up. By the end of the episode, Jason's body was back in the house, and Tony is now severely creeped out, and it looks like they're being haunted by a doll. As for Betty, well, our blonde beauty was babysitting Jellybean on Halloween night when she started receiving creepy phone calls from someone claiming to be the Black Hood. Charles conveniently showed up, offered his FBI services, and claimed the calls were coming from Polly, and then he started spying on Betty. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to reiterate all of that for you. Archie thinks he's going to be a superhero. Shoney's being haunted by a hideous doll. Betty's half-brother is a total creep. Veronica set a man on fire. And Jughead was locked in a coffin and now seems like he's dead. Cool. To make you feel better, here's a mashup of my interviews with the cast talking all about their Halloween how-tos and thoughts about their on-screen costumes. When you found out we were finally, after 4 seasons, getting a Halloween episode, what was your reaction?
I was excited because I think Halloween is the perfect, obviously, holiday for Riverdale, so I'm surprised it took this long to do it. It worked out perfectly with the dates that we're airing this season, so it's going to air right around Halloween, and I think we're really embracing it and going for it. It's fun. It's really fun. Let's do it.
What is it like filming this episode, seeing your Jones Cooper home all decked out in fall?
You know, I don't really spend too much time in this house during this episode. I spend time in a very different wooden box.
It's really funny. Let me out now.
But it's nice. I was saying I didn't really take the Jones for a house full of decorators, but I suppose, you know, season 4, it'll change us.
What other explanation could there possibly be?
You know, I'm actually surprised because I didn't think Cheryl and Tony would do Halloween the way they're doing it, but I'm not going to spoil exactly what that is. However, we do, like, obviously get very dressed up and things take a very strange turn, but a very Cheryl Blossom-esque turn, a very blossomy turn.
They're being fussier than usual.
How does Archie do Halloween, and how does KJ do Halloween?
KJ doesn't really celebrate Halloween because he's 22 years old.
Come on!
No, Halloween for me was never really something I got into as a kid growing up. In New Zealand, it's not that big of a deal.
You know you're a total badass, right?
Hammy is very lazy when it comes to Halloween. I don't like putting any effort into anything. But sometimes it works out. Lily and I dressed up as Pedro and Napoleon last year, and that was really fun. But that took like a day to put together, so that I'm okay with. Veronica, however, I think she would put in a little bit more effort. Not necessarily in this episode because she's a little hung up on some other stuff, but I feel like normally she would like to dress up for Halloween.
Yeah.
She seems like that kind of girl.
I like to think so.
Growing up, I went out with my friends, I went trick-or-treating, but I also, now, these days, I spend the whole month of October watching horror movies, like as many as I can. And then on actual Halloween, I'm usually working, so it's not as exciting.
Happy Halloween to me.
Oh, I love Halloween.
Yeah?
I really love Halloween. I always go really big. Because Halloween is truly one of the only times that all of us can go out as a cast in full costume and have all that anonymity and basically be able to do whatever we want without people knowing who we are. So we usually go pretty big.
Okay.
Happy Halloween, kids.
What was your reaction when you found out what Archie's costume is? What can you tell the fans?
Comes from some of the old comics, what he's wearing. Am I allowed to say it? Am I allowed to say it?
Oh, yeah.
Pure heart, the powerful.
We look ridiculous.
I mean,
I was so
obviously,
pumped.
excitement. Definitely excitement. And also very perfect for our characters, I feel like. And, like, I didn't know how far we were going to go with these outfits. I wasn't sure what costumes was going to do, and they never disappoint. I mean, like, they really went all out on these boys, so.
I haven't
Wow.
seen this version of Harley Quinn before because it's from the original Harley Quinn costume, but I really like it.
All is right in the world.
She is Laurie Strode from the original Halloween. Jamie Lee Curtis's character in Halloween.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's real badass for Lily.
It's like I felt like a grown woman wearing that costume. I was like, wow, my hair's down. I have like these nice jeans on. I'm like, wow, I look like a grown up, and my hair's not in a ponytail. But I made Roberto add a line where I explain who Laurie Strode is because I didn't want people to be like, why is she dressed like she's from the 70s, like with no explanation. So I was like, I think we need to clarify.
And also for those younger viewers who maybe do not know.
Well, I didn't know Laurie Strode by her name. I was like, who's Laurie Strode? And then I was like, oh, right, obviously. But like, I was like, I think we need a little bit of an explanation.
Now, I loved being on set for that episode, and I would also love to know if any of you River Babes are dressing up as your favorite Riverdale characters tonight. Let me know in the comments. And now let's take a quick look at the brief but beautiful romance moments of the night with 7 Seconds in Heaven. Now, due to the fact that our Riverdalians were either being hunted, haunted, or harassed, we were pretty light on the love this week, but we do have a few moments, so let's take a look. We started off with some really sweet phallus near kisses, some shony sexiness that was rudely interrupted. We got a teeny tiny bit of Varchie cuddles, and then Bughead had a phone call. Yeah. So let's switch over to the best and worst moments of the night with hisses and kisses. All right, so I want to start off with hisses to the fact that Cheryl keeps lying to Tony. Now, I understand that Cheryl's going through a lot and that we need to address her mental health right now, but this isn't the first time that Cheryl has admitted to lying to her girlfriend, and I know it bothered quite a few of you too. On Twitter, @RuBeastie tweeted, hisses to Cheryl for gaslighting Tony. Hisses to Mr. Honey for his comments to Kevin and Reggie. Kisses to Jellybean for the prank she pulled on Betty, and kisses to Bughead for being adorable. Yes, all great points, and you know what? I also want to add hisses to Mr. Honey, because honestly, what is your problem, dude? Yes, I understand they were trying to kind of destroy your office a little bit, but he tormented sweet baby Kevin and then completely destroyed Reggie's self-confidence. That was really brutal to watch. And then his car. Reggie's car just cannot seem to catch a break. Honestly, poor Reggie right now. He's been through a lot right now. And you guys are giving me some really great comments. Frank Narf says, hisses to Kevin for his downward spiral. I think that Kevin clearly is still going through a lot. He's got a lot of farmy, lingering feelings. He misses Fangs. There's a whole lot of F's in there. You can make that little joke yourself. I'm not going there, but I know where your mind is going. Okay. Suntix said, hisses to Cheryl for hiding a dead body in her basement. Yes, but I feel like the biggest hisses right now are when Cheryl admitted to Tony that she was trying to creep her out by placing that doll around the house. That is not okay. A whole bunch of it is not okay, but that was quite bizarre. Snitters6 said, hisses to them continuously torturing Betty. It's so hard to watch. Honestly, I feel like they keep torturing Betty because she can take it. She's a tough cookie. She's great, but yes, I will admit that every single time her cell phone rings or the Cooper Jones house rings, I'm like, it's for Betty, and it's someone who's trying to torment her. It's very sad. Gabby Edit says, all the kisses to Phallus. Oh, yeah, I was excited to see that too. And so was a tweet from Alice's Madhouse, and they said, kisses to Nana Rose, Shoni as Poison Ivy and Harley, Veronica kicking ass against a murderer, and hisses to Jughead trapped in the box, Reggie's car being destroyed, Charles being shady, Cheryl tricking Tony into getting Jason's body back. Yes, everyone has a lot of thoughts on that. Yes, completely. Okay, we have a comment from Lil Softy saying, hisses to Charles for listening to Bughead's phone calls. Just hisses to Charles, not even for listening to Betty's phone calls, which is creepy and I'm pretty sure illegal. Also, let's talk about the fact that, like, there is no junior FBI program. Betty's right not to trust him, and I hate that just as she's coming around, this is another chick situation, and I'm not here for it. I don't like it. What possible excuse would you need to listen in on your sister's phone calls? Also, while we're at it, I don't know if Polly was the one making those phone calls. I think he might have lied and said it was coming from Polly to create division. Yeah. Okay. We have a few more texts coming in. We have Amisha Alaga said, hisses to Veronica and that lunatics fight. I mean, seriously. Yeah, Veronica set a man on fire. And she did that. What if he had not had a lighter? What if he was using his iPhone in the flashlight? She would just doused him in really strong alcohol? I'm not sure. Thank goodness she's quick on her feet. It wasn't a bad storyline. It just wasn't my favorite. Does that make sense? But go Veronica. And also, like, did we check on this guy? Is he dead? Is Le Bon Louis burned down? Is she going to have, like, a fleshy mess to clean up? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. Kara Castillo said, hisses to Polly for tricking Betty into thinking that she was talking to the Black Hood. Once again, I'm not sure if it was Polly, but I am glad that Betty called her a bitch, sorry, and put her in her place, because truly, Polly is the worst sister ever. I know that most of the people in Riverdale don't even really have siblings, but Polly just takes the cake for being the worst. And you also had mixed feelings on Jellybean's prank. A lot of people gave it hisses. A lot of people gave it kisses for scaring the bejesus out of Betty. I thought it was great. I also love the fact that Jellybean plays Minecraft. Get it, girl. That was like the most normal line we've had in Riverdale in a really long time. We have another tweet from @EverydayPhallus. This is the tweet I was looking for. And they said, kisses to Phallus's development as a couple living together and individually, FP being the town's great sheriff, and Alice getting her big break for being a reporter. Yes, I was so excited to see that they're living together. It makes sense. It's her house. But you guys, if they don't show us a phallus kiss, I don't know what I'm going to do anymore. I talked to Skeet and Machen at New York Comic Con, and they said they filmed it. Do they keep cutting away from them? I'm not quite sure, because I can't imagine that they didn't kiss at the end of that scene. What do we have to do to be able to witness? You show the kids kissing all the time? I don't know. Okay. Michaela Taylor, hey girl, said, don't hate me, but hisses to Tony for suggesting they re-dig up Jason's body and replace it with the doll. I did not understand her logic there. Truly, I think that everyone should just be giving kisses to Tony, because she's putting up with a lot right now. And she's doing it with a slightly creeped out smile on her face. So props to Tony for not running out of Thistle House and just running away. I'm sorry. That really is some unconditional love there. And if you guys have not already watched my Shoni interview with Madeleine and Vanessa that we posted yesterday, it's 10 glorious minutes of all just them talking. I know you're going to like it. Watch it. It's probably over on the side, over here, or over here. Yeah, over here. Okay. Sutton Nix said, I'm being Archie and my BFF is being Cheryl. Oh, I love that. I hope you guys have a really fun time. Dress up as your favorite Riverdale characters. I feel like I play dress up every week with you guys, so that's why I went a little off-brand. I feel like I'm Sabrina today, and I'm happy about that. I would have loved a Sabrina crossover for this Halloween episode. Would have been amazing. Okay. Kayla Rose hisses to Charles, I knew I didn't trust him. Does anyone trust a newcomer in Riverdale? That's the thing. Have we ever had a brand new character that's come in from seasons 2 on that aren't just made to be awful? They introduced Tony and she's the only one that turned out to be good, but then they tried to have her create issues. There's never just someone who just like comes in and they're just like, hi, I'm an awesome person, love me. Okay. Andrea Renata Gomez said, hisses to the fact that Bughead is yet again apart. Let them be together and happy. You know what, Andrea? I completely agree with you because here's the thing with Jughead at Stonewall Prep. The students don't want him there. Betty doesn't want him there. Jellybean doesn't want him there. So why is Jughead being like, you know where I want to be? There. I want to be with all these people who do not like me and lock me in a coffin. And you know what? You know that professor was in on it all. Why did he have his phone? This is all just very bizarre. They do not want him there. Why are you trying to prove something? Get away. And while we're talking about Jughead, let's take a look again at that coroner scene because I want to really, really analyze it right now because we had Betty and FP standing over this body and I just want to, right here. Like, I swear to God, guys, if we could put it in slow motion, I would. It looks like Jughead, but I refuse to believe that it's Jughead. No. So, in the Archie comics, Jughead has, I think it's an identical cousin named Souphead. I'm not making this up. I'm like 88% positive in what I'm saying right now. So what if that's not Cole Sprouse playing Jughead? What if that's Dylan Sprouse playing Souphead? And that Jug just has an identical cousin out there. You think it's crazy, but it's not. Because apparently Cheryl has absorbed her triplet. Which leads us to another tweet right now from Oh Snap, it's Mike. And they wrote hisses to Julian or Cheryl. Or are they technically the same person? How does this make total Riverdale sense and also be pure insanity? Kisses to Veronica for fighting off a serial killer. Hisses to Charles or whoever he is. Because why are you listening to phone calls, eh? Yeah. Once again, Charles, you're a big creep. But Cheryl apparently absorbed her triplet. Sure. How do they know it's Cheryl who absorbed it? Why not JJ? What if Jason absorbed it? Also, why is this a thing? I'm not quite sure. We're going to take a couple more comments because I just still have a lot of thoughts and so do you guys. Okay. Mariah Swope said, hisses to Nana Rose for letting all of this happen. Oh, no, not hisses to Nana Rose. You guys know that Nana Rose can do whatever she wants. Apparently she used to not be able to walk and now she can. Nana Rose is a miracle person. So if she wants to say that Cheryl absorbed her triplet in the womb, then you know what? Let's believe Nana Rose. She hasn't done anything wrong. God love Nana Rose. Miss Friends Fan Forever said, can someone please get Cheryl some help ASAP? That girl's in some dire need for some therapy. I completely agree. But it's Riverdale. So I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen. But yes. Because if she were to go to a therapist, they would show us that and then it would turn out that her therapist is evil. So fingers crossed we get some help soon. Okay. And Kayla Rose said hisses to Polly for being happy that she was thinking that she was talking to Edgar. I don't blame Polly for that. She was so brainwashed, and even though Edgar strapped a bomb to her and threatened to blow her up and then wanted to kill her, she really liked him. But also, have you seen Edgar? Chad Montgomery was fine. So honestly, I get where you're coming from, Polly. I get where you're coming from. And you know what? I think we're going to end it there because this was a lot. This is a big big episode. But thank you all so much for watching today's Halloween episode of Sweetwater, and I'll see you in next week's after show for Chapter 62, Witness for the Prosecution. But first, please give this video a like and then hit subscribe so you never miss an episode, and then head on down to the comments or tweet me with your spooky thoughts. How are you feeling about Cheryl's brotherly obsession? Who do you hate more, Mr. Honey, Charles, or Brett? And do you really think Jughead is going to die? I don't know anymore. Tell me everything and have a happy and safe Halloween, River Babes. Bye.